Okay, John, here's an update on my NuCanoe Frontier. First off, I just want to show you I did add this plate to the seat and allowed me to put these two boxes, one on either side, to stow stuff in. And they're just made out of really cheap and dirty here. I just made them out of some sheetrock mud trays. So that's actually worked out pretty well. The electrical stuff is a little bit more complicated. I'm facing backwards right now, and that's how I fish a lot of the time. And what I've done is added a series of connectors on both sides here. On this side, it's just power to my fish finder, and I'll discuss the other connectors on the other side. On this side, I've got several things, and what I forgot to do was turn the power on. I'm running everything off my 12 volt power supply here. It's a 20 amp power supply, and this is a connector I installed here which feeds my circuitry, which is all inside here, and you're not going to get a very good idea what that's about until I take it out and photograph it. But it's got all my relays and my motor controller and current shunt stuff on it. So anyway, this just plugs into my battery, which is right here. It has a 50 amp fuse inside. I got another 7 or 8 amp fuse inside there for my accessories, and then all that wiring goes down the length of the boat. Cramped space, I have to walk around everything. So here's my connector here for the motor power, and then the motor transducer just wires into the back of the fish finder. I've got a USB connector here for my camera, which is mounts right here, my GoPro, which is now on my head, and a couple more connectors here for power. This one here runs my GPS and my current meter, voltage current meter. The other one goes to my controller, and I'll show you that again from the other side. So it's pretty straightforward. I wired up my my motor. Well, I bypassed the controller and the motor, and then on this side you get a little bit better idea what's going on. Turn my GPS on just so you know what I'm doing, and mostly I use it in this mode here where I don't know if you can see it, but I'm just looking at speeds and distances and things like that. My neighbor decided to start up his big diesel truck, so that's what you're hearing in the background. The controller is pretty basic. Let's see, what are we looking at here? The bottom switch is a center off momentary switch that is my motor speed direction. Center off. That light doesn't work. And then this pot here, the potentiometer, is the speed control itself. The top switch is just a single pole double throw switch that cuts off power to the motor in case of panic. And then this switch here is another center off, momentarily on in both directions. And that's my port and starboard, my right and left steering control, which that's the next project I'm going to do. I got to find a better way to mount this. This stuff I've got on here is too aggressive. I think I've just got too much. So that's basically it. Everything's kind of worked out well. The really cool, well, I should say warm thing I've done is on that connector I showed you on the other side, I have a 12 volt cigarette lighter thing, and I've got my electric gloves plugged into it, and these are a lifesaver. They don't give me the dexterity I'd like, but they certainly give me a heck of a lot of warmth, and that's vital. Okay, that's it. Well, we'll talk to you later, John. I just wanted to give you this update.